I was becoming somewhat disturbed by association of group names to that which is certainly belongs to individual responsibility. Because I didn't understand the association to the group identification, group identity, the name of the group to which those individuals belong as having some responsibility, because Kurt skipped ahead 2 steps and I didn't keep up too well. And I'm like, it just took me a couple extra days to go, oh, I get it now. I understand. So it's like this is just trying to keep up with Kurt, catch up to Kurt.
I think it's a really good thing. It's not obvious that, that in many civilizations, your family, your business, your religion, you're held accountable for the actions of your members, which tends to domesticate your organizations so they can form. It's pretty common in history to punish parents for the behavior of their children. It's certainly common to punish clans for the behavior of their members. It's common to punish cults for the behavior of their members. It's certainly common to punish members of states for the. In fact, if you could argue with your Western or American post-war policy, it's pretty simple message is that we welcome anyone to join the civilized, nations at no cost of policing your external activities. And we welcome you. And so, in other words, if there are 2 criteria: respect borders, and practice human rights. Respect borders, practice human rights, and we believe democracies will most get there. So that's the basic post-war American philosophy, which is our geostrategic criteria. What they don't tell you is or fucking else.
I don't know why they don't.
And they especially don't. The one they don't is that they don't say, well, we advocate self-determination. In other words, self-determination by self-determined means, which of course means respect for borders, don't it? And we also are advocating democracy, except, if you choose poorly, we're going to punish you for it, so don't choose poorly. So a lot of people brought about democracy, chose poorly with it, and then got their asses kicked for it.
Still happening.
So humans always have done this. One of the frailties of American or Anglo jurisprudence is the conversion from sovereignty and reciprocity, which means responsibility, to individualism, which means irresponsibility. And so what's happened is we no longer prosecute those people who are responsible for others. We've made the state solely responsible for policing. Well, of course, by the state being solely responsible for policing, we've allowed the introduction of any organization that can act against the state and against the people, against the civilization. We've essentially licensed warfare about it and only punishing the outlying actors. So not only we've removed the incentive to domesticate your cult.